Let's talk about some DIY Christmas presents. This is Gayle. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about making napkin rings out of some wire, pliers, a ruler, and of course, your napkins. Here we go, let's get started. I've done 3 different ones just to show you some examples. The only difference on each of these is a little twist of the wire, and on this one we added a bead. The possibilities really are endless. Any simple design that you can think about, you can make it out of wire. Since it's Christmas time, we're going to be concentrating on the little Christmas tree here. So let's get started. For our supplies, we're going to use an empty wrapping paper tube, a ruler or yardstick, galvanized steel wire from the hardware store, is an 18 gauge, good enough that we can work with it, but heavy enough for the long haul, and a pair of wire pliers. I stole these out of my husband's toolbox.
We just won't tell him.
Okay, so we've got everything assembled. Let's get started. I like to sometimes use rubber gloves when I'm doing DIY projects. It helps my hands keep from getting nicked up. First thing that you want to do is cut a good length of wire. I like to use a couple of feet. If it works out that you should have extra wire when you finish your project, there are some things you can do with that. I'll show you that. Let's go ahead and measure the wire. So we're at our couple of feet mark there. We're just going to snip that with our wire pliers. And we're going to put that aside. Take this wire, find the approximate center section, and put it up against the tube and just bend it. Now, when we get to this point, we're going to bend it very firmly, and we're going to wrap it around a couple of times. Just like so. So I have 2 strands right here. Like so. I have a double strand right here on the tube, just like that. So now I'm going to take these 2 wires, bring them together firmly, and I'm just going to give them a twist. This is actually what's going to hold the napkin ring together. From this point on, it's all decoration. So I'm just going to twist that a couple of times there, just like that. Okay, now we can take this off. So from here, we can go just about any direction that we want to. Think we can do the napkin ring with the swirls, or just kind of have some fun and go a little wild with it and add a bead and kind of go crazy. Or we can do the Christmas tree. Since this is the Christmas season, we are going to go ahead and do the tree. This is very, very simple to do. It only takes a couple of minutes. Take your wire, and at the top where it's bent, continue following this bend, and let's just take it on over a little further. Then take your pliers, grasp firmly, and just twist. Okay? It should look like that. Then come over here to the other side of what's going to be the tree top. Come over here, make a twist. Okay, tighten that up just a little. And you're going to do some adjusting at the very end. You want these to be close together, but if they're not perfect right now, don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep on. We're going to go over here, and I'm just going to go a little bit wider, a little bit farther out from the first twist, and I'm just going to twist it again. And again, on the other side, And I'm going to keep on going. The wire is a little hard to work with because it's stiff. If you get one that's not stiff, it's not going to hold up. So make sure you get 18, even 16 or 14, as long as you can bend it. So just keep on bending. Now, we've come to the very last part of the tree here. I am going to put it just together just a little bit more. This is a good time to make some adjustments if you need to. And we've come to the very bottom portion of the tree. So to make the bottom part of the tree have a little stand like so, all we're going to do is we're going to take this part, hold the wires at the very tip, and we're just going to roll it inward. Just kind of twist it. Twist it in on itself and put that loop right there. Okay. And now you've got some adjusting. This is the time to make your final adjustments. And we're just going to tweak these around a little bit. So there you go. A few little adjustments there. And there's your Christmas tree. I hear you asking, but what about this part? Well, this, we're going to cut off closer. Finish this off. We're just going to take our wire pliers. We're just going to twist the wire around, bringing it through the bottom and back side of the wire loops. And I'm going to loop this through one time. Then when I get to the second turn, I'm coming in with my wire pliers and I'm going to clip it. And I'm going to proceed to tuck it in underneath the napkin ring loop. Okay, bring it up under, tuck this part in, so because you don't want it catching on the napkin, so tuck this part in, bring this part over and tuck it, work it in, and then you have the Christmas tree. I'm going to take my hands and I'm just going to make an adjustment here and there like so till I get it looking just the way I want it. And there it is, your Christmas tree napkin ring. Roll up the napkin and slide it on. For your next napkin ring, you're going to want to make sure that the loops on the tree have the same spaces and the length is the same as the other Christmas trees that you're about to make. The best way to do this is to take a pencil and paper and make a template. Let me show you how to do that. What you have to do is take the tree and lay it down and then make a mark that tells us the top and the bottom, and make a mark at the center of each hook to tell us where the center of each hook is, and make a little line to tell us the width. We have the line right here for the width and the line right here in our marks. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I write T up here so I'll know what the top is. And I can use that to make sure later trees are all about the same height and width. Keep in mind though that these are handcrafted, so there will be some little deviations among each tree, and that's going to give it some charm. You can make a lot out of one little roll of wire. That's all there is to it. A little bit of wire makes some really nice gifts. Did you like the DIY video? Did it help you for cheap Christmas gifts? If so, help me out by giving me a big thumbs up on that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Are you here to greet me? Hello. Hello. Tomorrow we'll talk talk about making bookmarks out of wire and ribbon. In the meantime, here are some other videos you'll want to see.